Day playoff preview, presented by Xfinity.
Friends, when was the last time there was this much anticipation for a playoff debut?
Long time.
23 years ago?
Maybe. Wemby is trying to become just the second player since the first few seasons of the league to win a title during his first playoff run as the team's leading scorer in the regular season. That is a tall task. We don't see that often. Here's Victor on what he expects from the postseason.
I can't really help it but dream about it, of course. But we have to stay grounded, stay in the moment. And before even thinking about game one, I have to think about showing up the right way. I practice, doing all my stuff, preparing, being locked in on the scouts. But yeah, I dream about it every day.
As he should. And Vic says he needs to stay grounded, but we don't. We can put those high expectations. Yanni, what are you hoping to see?
What comes to mind is that first game of the season against Dallas, when I thought Dallas was going to be a good team, and he kind of dismantled that single-handedly and made AD look like a regular big man out there. When he had 40 and 15 against Anthony Davis, I was like, whoa, this kid is unbelievable. So I'm expecting that type of night from him. And I said he's been carrying it that way. He's been following his maturity, and he's speaking it, and he's talking the talk and walking the walk. So he's going to have a big night. I hope he does anyway.
There are very few players that have the ability to meet the moment. And I love watching Victor Wembanyama because anytime there's a game that matters, or maybe not so in our eyes, the All-Star game, he takes it so serious. Can you imagine what he's thinking about the postseason? The crazy thing about Victor is that from that podium, he's so polite. He's so professional. But when he's on the floor, it's like he wants to destroy everyone.
Sasha Fierce.
Sasha Fierce, baby. He's in his Beyonce era. This is him splitting from Destiny's Child. He said, I can do battle by myself. And now he's going to be one of the all-time greats. Sorry, you distracted me with
I don't think we've had Alien, we've had Unicorn, I don't think we've ever had Beyonce.
Sasha Fierce.
He can go
Victor.
full Sasha Fierce. But I think the cool thing is that he also trusts his teammates.
Yeah.
He understands he can't do it by himself. When the game calls for it, for him to knock down a shot, attack, get downhill, he'll do it. But he also has a good supporting cast, which is why we really believe in the San Antonio Spurs run.
I mean, straight up, Wemby believes he can be the best player we've ever seen, and he wants to prove that, and he needs big stages and bright lights to do that. This is not the first time he's been on a big stage with bright lights. This is a guy who, he's representing France in the Paris Olympics, playing against Team USA in the gold medal game, and balled in that game. He's not going to shy away. This brings out the best in him. And look, different circumstances in the All-Star game playing for the world team this year. But what did he do? He brought it in that game. He upped the level of competition in that game. And by the way, a teammate of his in that game was Denny Avdia. And Wemby was asked about Avdia's game and had some interesting comments that weekend.
How's he viewed? It takes a lot of free throws, so playing against him, I haven't played against him this year, but advice is to not defend without fouling.
Don't foul. Defend without fouling. And that is a lot easier said than done because Denny Avdia is a bulldozer off the dribble, a dominant driver who's going to put that big old left shoulder into guys and create the contact. I mean, look, he's going to go right, and you're going to have problems with it.
Can't stop him going right.
If Portland has a chance to steal this series or to make this a series, he's going to have to get downhill, and he's going to have to get Victor Wembanyama in foul trouble.
But we have to give credit to where credit is due. David Dennis Jr. coined the phrase that the new stat for Victor Wembanyama is the hell nah. Like you drive in and hell nah, I'm not going to shoot that ball.
Yep.
But I do think that Denny, he's been one of the most delightful players in this postseason, in the play-in.
Fearless.
Because people are starting to see how his approach to the game is just relentless.
And look, more free throws per game than Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, right? So he's really crafty.
But he earns them.
Yeah, he is crafty when he's trying to get to the hoop there. So that's going to be a lot of firsts in that series that we're going to get to see. A lot of guys getting their first tastes of the playoffs here. But if we could turn the page maybe to a more familiar playoff matchup, I know we're all looking forward to. For the third time in 4 years, we got Denver and Minnesota. They are meeting in the postseason, and this is shaping up to be a rivalry because back in 2023, Denver took down Minnesota in 5 games. They went to their first championship, and they won that, their first in franchise history. And then the following year, it was Ant and the Timberwolves. They came back from down 20 in Game 7 to beat Denver. So here's what Ant had to say about the Nuggets.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else to call it but a rivalry. Yeah.
Is that good for the league? You don't see a lot of rivals in the league anymore. Do you think that's good for the league?
I think it's a lot of rivalries in the league now. So? Yeah, for sure. I think me and Denver is one of them.
A little bit of everything, like you said. Probably got to call God and talk to him for a little bit and, ask him for a few favors. But
It's going to be a tough matchup. He's an incredible player. He does so much on the floor for that team. So it's going to be a battle, but, we're prepared. We're ready for it, and, step up to the challenge.
See, Danny, you heard me at the beginning of the show. The most intriguing matchup is right here, Minnesota, Denver. Let's break this down. Let's take the stars of this matchup. I'm the post player, so I'll take the post for Denver, and you'll take the guard for Minnesota. Let's talk about Nikola Jokic because it's wild. He is averaging a triple-double, 28, 13, and 11, and he's so good off the bounce. He's the perfect combination of force versus finesse. He wants to get that two-man action with Jamal Murray. It does not matter. He has a pirouette. I know people said he played water polo, but was he a ballerina or something to get downhill against Randall, against Gobert? He can feast. Versus Randall, he's mobile. Versus Gobert, he's able to still get these straight line drives. But watch, he uses the force here to throw Gobert, the defensive player of the year, multiple times off. And then he has a nice little spin move right there again. And of course, that signature touch. How good is he against the Timberwolves? Let me tell y'all, he shoots around 71% against Randall and over 60% versus Gobert, who are tough defenders in the NBA. So when it comes to post game, Denver's got it on lock. Okay?
Yes, they do. And like you said, it's gonna be fun to watch because why? Like Anthony Edwards said, me in Denver, we have a rivalry. He didn't say the team, so I believe in Ant. It's the rest of the guys I don't believe in. But you better believe Denver's gonna throw traps at him like this. Jokic is out on the floor. They're gonna make him make plays. And this is a guy, Rudy Gobert, rolling to the basket. This is the guy that you want to be quarterback and make the plays. Right here, Rudy gets the ball. He makes the right play. He sees the 3-on-2. Julius Randle cuts that back door, works the dunk area. He makes a small little bounce pass for him for easy finish and a layup. Second opportunity here, they're going to double him. Even with the DHO, you got Jokic here. They all done with Peyton Watson, showing crowd. You have Julius Randle. He's wide open. He's a better quarterback. This is the guy you want to make plays.
True.
Anthony Edwards overthinks it a little bit, tries to outthink the defense, pump fakes the ball and tries to throw a corner. Strawther gets a hand on it, and that's a bad possession for them offensively. They have to shoot a half-court heave, and as you see, in the pick and rolls, 15 pick and rolls, they have 4 points in those pick and rolls when he's blitzed. So they haven't been very successful in the blitz. They're going to have to figure that out. That's going to be on Anthony Edwards, and I believe he's going to do that. But I'm trying to see if Jaden McDaniel steps up and Julius Randle. So those are the two guys that I'm looking at to help make this a really good series.
You know what's interesting? It's WrestleMania Day today. Styles make fights. I don't know if you can catch these hands, but we're going to have a good matchup, and this one will be a big fight.
Not a good right hook?
People's
No, I've never fought before.
The first round, it can be Sunday on ABC. Additional game ones, the Celtics and the Sixers, and then SGA and the Thunder hosting either Steph and the Warriors or Devin Booker and the Suns. I'll be on the sidelines for that.
Let's go.
Bernie, Kenny, Charles, and Shaq. Tip-off coverage at 12:30. They usually have fun, but I just hope they have as much fun as we do around these parts.
I want to look like the draft at 6 in the last 6:30.
I know we're gatekeeping that video.
If the Celtics and the Pacers had a baby, you get the Charlotte Hornets.
Slam screens here creates a wide open window. This is the last thing you want to see if you're an opposing coach.
It's always an honor to guard and play against a guy like Kawhi Leonard. You relish the opportunity to play against the best, and Kawhi's one of the best our league have to offer.
Draymond Green with 2 outstanding steals.
Axel Lendeborg is joining us. It's official now. Is the NBA. That's the next stop.
Yes, absolutely. I'm just ready to go in there and provide a spark for any team that drafts me.
Mark Wahlberg is in the building.
A Bostonian brother.
What's the matter?
Oh!